Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's a little chilly this morning and windy. I'm over here on the fence that faces south on the back 40 acres. I need to put one more post in between here. You can see the wind's blowing that rope out of line pretty bad. I'm gonna put one there and then I'll be working my way down to that corner post over there. Wind's gonna make it a little tougher today, but it is what it is. If I can get these in today, I'll go up top and try to finish out those up there, and then I'll be ready to put some wire on this thing. Not gonna happen this trip, but one step closer. Well, let me get to it. Well, while that battery's charging, I'm gonna move my guide rope down to that next one and see if I can set any of these posts without the drill all the way to that corner down there. I'm sure I could get a few of them in. By then the battery will be charged. Be ready to get back over here on this one. That rope is almost useless at this point with this wind. It's all about 3/4 of an inch. Pretty close, I'd say within a quarter. Almost went all the way in, but it hit a rock, solid rock down there. I'm gonna have to drill that one too. Well, I got this side buttoned up except for putting the bolts in on these angle braces. It turned out looking pretty good. I've got two I need to drill up on this hillside, and probably most of the ones up top that I still need to put in will have to be drilled. My battery should be charged, so I'm gonna go grab it and knock these two out here and then move up to the top of the hill. Mixed up a little 4-to-1, 1 part Portland, 4 parts riverbed gravel sand mix. I'm gonna pour it around this T-post here to make it stiffen up. There's a bunch of rock around it, but it just doesn't have anything right up against it. I think 6 inches of T-post in that rock's plenty. Not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to drill that one. Well, I'm pretty happy with what got done today. Started out pretty windy. It was a little tough to get the post lined up, but got all that side buttoned up, except for drilling the holes and putting the bolts on the angle braces. It lines up pretty straight. I'll buy that for $1. Got my concrete in all these angle braces up there and over there. I'm about to mix up a little bit more tomorrow. I'll have 2 other spots that I need to concrete besides this one. Yeah, that's all solid rock there. Got all the T-posts between here and that section that I worked on about 5 years ago. I need to put some angle braces on this T-post here, and it's going to be in rock. It's all rock right there and on that side. I might be able to move that one rock out of the way, hopefully get that brace in. I'm pretty happy to see this tied in. I'd like to have the whole back 40 acres fenced, but those T-posts are pretty expensive now. About $6.50 a T-post, $6.50. Adds up pretty quick. So my main goal was to make it to this old ranch fence right here. This fence was probably put back in 40s or the 50s, I'd say, judging by the wire type. Maybe there's an expert out here that happens to see this video can tell me what year this barbed wire is from. Well, my main goal is to make it to here. That way I can fence this section in all the way back around to the other side of this ranch fence over here. I've got about 12 acres on the back 40 that's in this area over here. That's part of the ranch, which I put T-post, about 700 feet that way, but it still has a ways to go. So what I'd like to do is just, fence this section here in, and then I could take down this old ranch fence. It's an open range ranch, this whole area is. So if you haven't fenced it, then cattle can graze across there. So I was holding off on taking this fence down because they would just keep on going, onto this other property that's not part of the open range ranch. So that's the goal. I still got some pretty rough fencing to do over there. If you caught the video when I was in that northeast corner of the back 40, that coming up on that ridge right there is going to be pretty rough. And then the other side, there's a little valley, and then another ridge, and then another valley to get, and then it flattens out. All this is going to be pretty easy. It's fairly flat, and it's a fine sediment that I can drive those T-posts in. As you can see over here, it's missing hit. Sometimes you got to drill it, sometimes you can get it through there. Tomorrow I'll come back, put those angle braces on that T-post there. That's going to be it for really what I could do on the fence. I've got some oddball little things in the building I'd like to get done too. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. It's a nice time of the evening. The sun on the mountains over there, all the shadows. I know I say that a lot in these videos, but it really is nice to see, especially in person. Maybe one day in the future when the ranch is open, someone watching this video can stand right here and look at this view for themselves. That's Mexico over there, about 8 miles. But I guess that's all I have for this one. I'll see you on the next one.